coffee in a boardroom at CEPTES. I'm your host Charu and we are back again in our boardroom. Today, we have with us our beloved CEO and Founder, Mr. Priyaranjan, and today we are going to talk about a very important topic, Agentforce and Data Cloud, the perfect recipe for customer experiences. Hello PR, welcome to the show.
Hello Charu.
It's nice to see you again, PR.
Same here. Love to talk to you every time that I'm taking, and thank you for inviting me almost, like a kind of a once in a month. I'm the privilege and finding time to talk to you.
Right. So PR, today's topic is of course my favorite AI, and in AI also particularly Agentforce and Data Cloud. So, you also know not only in the Salesforce world specifically, but in general also in the tech world, we're hearing AI always, right? In every place we are hearing AI, and when it comes to Salesforce world, we all are a part of Salesforce Ohana. So let's talk about Salesforce specifically. In every article that I read, the other article is either about Agentforce or how Data Cloud is helping Agentforce or how Agentforce is helping this industry, that industry. So I want to know as a layman, right? Because I am not much aware as you are as an industry subject matter expert. I want you to tell me how Agentforce is exactly helping an end customer, right? The user, how is it helping a user?
Okay, very good question. Of course, that is what we are confused. Also, when I say we, as I'm taking into customer side of it, as a customer, we are confused which solution we need to find it out. No doubt, I have a lot of trust, and we have a lot of kind of as an innovation or the platform of Salesforce scalable platform, which we love to use that one. But the question comes in the AI part. Now, when it AI part, of course, Agentforce is coming up right now, and as you said that yes, we also hear from last two Dreamforce event. I'm hearing, and it has been evolved as the day that Chat GPT came into the OpenAI, that's where we heard Einstein GPT. Now we heard the Copilot era. After Copilot of couple of years, now we see the agent era now, right? And that's where this Agentforce, what we call a digital labor workforce, right? Where you need to manage a lot of agents, which are in AI powered agents, right? And as a concept wise, it's fantastic. We do see there are companies who are doing a great job. Of course, Salesforce being an innovative company, they are also not far behind into that one. But as a customer, I'm confused, right? Whether I should get into Agentforce or Data Cloud or whatever that we call about. Data Cloud is a byproduct because Data Cloud is all about a data lake solution, or what used to be a data warehouse solution, where it can collect or connect your all data sources, cleaning your data, keeping it in one place where your AI or BI layer can be connected so easily. That is what the Data Cloud is all about. And the Data Cloud, the way it is not only the relational data, it also can handle a massive amount of data. That is where the different infrastructure has been created through the Data Cloud. On top of that, it does support the vector database, which is the backbone of any AI. For a RAG based, we call it, so to give you a little context to make it less hallucination or more generic. If you wanted to search or do a conversation with your AI agent, the RAG is the best approach as of now, right? And that is where it required a vector database, the concept. And the vector database is also part of the Data Cloud today, right? And that's where it is managing the whole data there. So let's leave it out the Data Cloud part, and which every system required, even you have an AI or anything, if you are an organization, sizable organization, you need to have a data strategy. And that means you can collect all the data into one place, and then your customer 360 degree or true transformation or digital transformation can only happen. First, you need to understand where your data is residing. What are the existing system, within system, outside of the system, how I can integrate, bring them into one place. Otherwise, all this top-end solutions of AI, BI and everything is still going to be in a dream only. It cannot be executed until the data is not get connected or harmonized, right? That's where Data Cloud plays a big role, which is a foundational level. It has to be there. But is Data Cloud is a must to have for Agentforce? Not necessarily, but it's a nice to, right? Nice to it is because if you are depending on Salesforce infrastructure and platform, it's a no-brainer that you better, if you wanted to have it, you can use that one. And nowadays, as you know, with the zero copy concept, if your data warehouse is already there in a Snowflakes or any other data lake house also, without copying the data, which is a unnecessary burden of moving the data, doing the data, maintaining the data, syncing the data, so we can still achieve without also copy the data. That is part of a data cloud, is a foundation and model. Now coming to the Agentforce, what is that Agentforce or the AI that what we see today? We see demo, very nice demo, which is very, kind of a very particular use cases has been demonstrated. But for an enterprise segment, this entire demo that we are seeing at the capability point of view, it is still maturing, and not because of the technology is not ready. It's because of that sometimes we don't know what to do. The first and foremost questions when we are inquiring with our enterprise and customers also, are you ready for an Agentforce implementation? What answer we get? Should we do this for a customer or customer's customer? That means as a internal salespeople, service agent people or marketers, or we wanted to first deploy this for external our customers. Those who are seeking information if their product has been problem. Those who are looking for a quote or some product, more information before they're taking a buying decision. That's fair. So now the challenge, if you look at that, when we are taking this to outside, it is a scale. So much required. But when it is internal training, internal sort of things, this is more about you cannot directly connect with you can connect your ROI with the productivity or efficiency that you are building.
Correct.
Today you are spending 10 hours to prepare a code. Through the part of the Agentforce, which is a sales agent, you ask certain things, the code has been generated in, let's say, 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 2 minutes. So that much effort you have saved. Now you can multiply with number of people, number of codes that you generate per day, per month, per year, that much of money that you are going to save. And once you start using it, the actual human labor has a doubt, because the knowledge is sitting within that person, and the person leaves, then it could be big system, big gap into the entire company. Right now, these agents are like technology. They are building and they are getting much more smarter. Then day by day and more you use it, right? That way, ROI is saving in that aspect. But when you take this agent to outside, where my customer is supposed to inquire about this, for a real estate example, let's say, I'm looking for a property in a Dubai area, where I'm looking in a Palm Jumeirah area into this 1 million to 5 million target, kind of a budget range. I'm looking for somebody where nearby schools should be there. So you don't need to go browse, do a filtration, check this and check that one. You can directly visit, ask your queries, you get the property, you finalize that one, ask any other question, what is the what are the procedure for a booking to reserve that sort of property? How will I get to know that my 5 years trend of the nearby properties, the information about? So sometimes AI is going to give you the information what has been fed into that system. Also, AI can find out some nearby information is also going to provide it through the outside also. So that way, you don't need to talk to a salesperson to find out all these things. Rather, you yourself can do that one, and there is an assistant which immediately going to help you as the type that you need a help or some inquiry or some information, and then take certain action. Oh, like this property, I like it. Oh, I want to book a site visit maybe tomorrow. So the system is automatically going to connect to your calendar system and going to create a link and going to send you the directions. Okay, your site visit has been booked with this particular person, and we'll see you there. And this is the link, and Google Maps link. You can come over there and see you. That's what you wanted to, and then if this is the part, then you required a half an hour, 1 hour time for some agent or some real human to talk to this particular prospects and to finalize this. But right now, you don't need to do that one. In those cases also, if you look at, not only you are saving your time, as a company point of view, you are saving your time, but also you are increasing your sales pipeline.
Yeah, of course.
Because you cannot scale if the number of inquiries are coming. Because this is a technology, it can be scaled like anything. Now at a time concurrently even 100,000 users can ask the same question. But your call center guys are not that much enough to handle one by one. Right? So then means say if you are not opening and speaking it immediately, they have another choice. If you don't pick up the call and look at that white real estate, look at the consumer markets. I'm looking for a TV and the same TV I can get from multiple stores. And if somebody is not answering my question and I'm looking for something, I will immediately jump from one website to another website because I know that these guys are only a kind of a retailer the wholesaler of a TV manufacturing company. I can buy it. And I need to ask that whether this is OLED or QLED.
Yeah.
What size of TV is that? Smart TV is available or not? Can I see all OTT platform or not? These are the inquiries you need to, and whoever you are going to call, they should know all this technology now.
Correct.
Because every product comes with a lot of technology. How somebody is going to be updated? In the bigger part, Charu, that I want to tell you what we are seeing right now is that the language barrier. I can ask in my mother tongue language because I don't need to depend on English, so-called English today.
Yeah.
Just to ask. And the company doesn't want also that my actual customer who is ready to pay money, they have to learn English for whom I am going to sell my product.
Yeah.
So this is what the massive changes what they see it. But is it really working today? The answer is yes. Is it really working at enterprise level? The use cases are like anything.
Yeah.
That is where because too much of things, sometimes you are confused. We don't know how to structureize it, where to start it, how to create a roadmap for AI roadmap. Then only we need to start putting into that one. So the question maybe I took a little longer time, but if I'll have to give, this is my real day-to-day experience. I'm sharing out what I'm getting from the customers.
Yeah.
They wanted, oh, I have seen this video and that I want to do, but I don't want to do. But I cannot take a call immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know what use case I need to pick up. Should I use internal or for external user? If an external user, whether it's only a website chatbot or could be WhatsApp or could be some other model also they wanted to connect to that because customers are everywhere from social to chatbot to your website to telephone call to email to so many ways that customer can reach out to them.
Right.
That's what it is.
So, you've already covered many use cases like consumer goods. Can you tell something on BFSI? Because BFSI is all over the place when it comes to customer inquiries, and also in BFSI, data security is a huge part. So, can you explain just one use case, like how it is helping?
In BFS, let me talk about, we are working with two prospects now, and they are into insurance.
Okay.
The biggest pain problem in the insurance, and I can share my experience, right? And once my car met with a small accident, a minor scratch or dent, I need to make a call to insurance company to raise a claim. And that experience is a nightmare. Calling, sending photos, doing that one, it took almost 2 days to 3 days. Sometimes they do not accept it, they don't even know. They will check the document and sometimes. And you imagine the guy sitting other side also, it is a similar hassle.
Yeah.
Now imagine you build an agent with a particular skill who called a insurance claim processor or a intelligent claim assistant, something like that.
Yeah.
Agent which is good at claim processing. So now, and you deploy that into your website or your WhatsApp or any of the mobile app or wherever the agent can be deployed. Now we are working out into this one how the experience can be. Cut the language first of all, then somebody can be communicate. The system, the agent is going to validate your details first because it's a claim. You have to name tell me your number, insurance number or some identification number. Then they will cross check with your certain critical questions, whether you are that person or not, whether you know that or not. Once that has been done, then the agent is ready. How can I serve you today? Now somebody is going to tell, you know what, I met with an accident and now I wanted to file a complaint because I have insurance. Can you tell me what are the process? How many pages you sign during taking insurance? Nobody read them. They just sign it.
Yeah.
What I know only, okay, I have a 100% coverage, or I can pay a 10%, 20% copay or whatever.
Yeah.
With that, but there are so many exclusions, inclusions, processes, wear and tear, whether part of this or not. So many other things are there which a layman as a customer, they are not aware of.
Yeah.
There are only so-called intelligent people, those who know this field very well, they know. Other than that, the masses are not aware of at all. Now you imagine somebody can ask in any technology or any language, asking the agent, please help me. Now agent is not, somebody is having an accident, we as a human directly get into a transactional.
Yeah.
Right? Get into a transaction. Tell me your number.
Yeah.
What I can help you. No, you cannot get it. You need to wait for this. You need to wait for that. It's not, because the empathy is something that you can train to AI, and that AI can start talking about, like, I'm very sorry to hear that you met with an accident. As your new vehicle, how new vehicle? Because my vehicle registration date known by the insurance agent.
Right.
I know how much you love to your black car. In a black car, dent would never going to look good. But rest assured, we have covered your entire insurance and we are going to help you. And I can guarantee you that you will get the best service from us today. So now, do you have the vehicle nearby? If it is there nearby, can you take few photos and can drop it here where the dent and scratches are there? Okay, wait on there. Now the agent is asking certain input from the user. As soon as the agent is posting these photos, scratches and dents and that, the AI is immediately understanding that. Oh, your headlight looks like your headlight is broken. But and some other areas also you are going to tell, okay, your tire part also looks like some problem there. But as per your insurance, your headlight is going to be covered, but your tire part is not going to cover, but that's the wear and tear part. Imagine, for example.
Yeah.
So because AI knows what is covered, not covered, it is immediately looking at the photo if you be given, it is telling you what is covered, not covered. And then the person is completely satisfied with the service, asking some more question, how much time is going to take, what is the nearby garage that I can submit my vehicle, can you arrange somebody that pick up this vehicle over here, I need another vehicle to tow my vehicle to the service center, but I need this because I need to drop my kids every morning, then can you arrange something for this one and to that one. Now look at that, the amount of need the people are talking. Every line a customer is asking of any sort of help. Not only it helps to that insurance or claim guy to help them immediately, because whatever insurance you have taken, you can help them.
Yeah.
But what the intelligence you are collecting over here, Charu, the person is looking, if my vehicle would be there out of, like in a garage for 5 days or 7 days, how many day-to-day basis is going to handle, right? So this guy can connect with some other agencies, or they can add another attribute to their insurance products that like you will get a rental for 2,000 per day for next 5 days if your vehicles are not been given. That is also covered as a part of. Look at that, because 3-4 more people are asking about this. So this is the part, it's upselling and cross-selling, and this is what it came from whom? Not from people that who are sitting and always writing the policies. It is the people, the customer who are looking for the service, and they are okay to pay because they don't want to get into this problem. This is the one example you are trying for a claim processing agent. Then we have a pipeline, you are looking for onboarding. A new customer who has been done, we have onboarding. We get a KYC call. Or you are the one who took this insurance. Do you know that this is the what you told? Do you know that this is your mother's name? Do you know that this is what? You can do a conversation with that. Yes, this is what you have done. This is what I said. This is what I want. Because somebody is selling to you. Somebody has to re-verify as part of our process or our law, right? Then they have to give the consents. Then they get the document. You will get the document through e-signature. Once the e-signature happened, they say that, okay, I received your document. So in a one conversation window, pretty much you can handle entire onboarding, entire KYC checking for that particular person, entire writing, the underwriting, whatever is required and everything done. That is one sort of thing. And after that, there is as I told, claim process. And then another part is the renewal.
Yeah, that
right?
is a pretty much basic.
That is a pretty much. These are the 3 use cases we are trying to automate through Agentforce for one of the company that you are working with that. And we do see there's a good interest is coming out from that one, and I hope that customer is going to find the benefit out of it what we are doing.
So that's the reason PR that we're doing this, so that we can tell other customers or prospects out there that we are solving these kinds of problems. Because I think that in finance industries there are many companies who might be facing such kinds of issues and are not getting the right partner to resolve these kinds of issues with AI. AI is everywhere, but they also need to understand how to leverage AI, right? As you said, they have those use cases in mind, but they don't know how to execute it. So they need a right partner so that they can execute those use cases, right? So we are in the first question. When you were telling about Agentforce, you mentioned 3 names: Einstein GPT, then Copilot, and then Agentforce. Now, a few months back it was Copilot, then before that it was Einstein GPT. So I am confused. So there are many people who might be confused like me. So can you explain how are these 3 different? Like, are they technologically different, or architecturally different, or are they pricing wise different? How are these 3 different from each other, and what comes in future?
Okay. As far as my knowledge, when Einstein GPT starts, it is the backend service layer where the way that Chat GPT you are using, Einstein GPT can be used within your code and no code way, developers to write. Through Einstein GPT, you can reach out to the OpenAI platform or whatever the LLM you configured there. You ask your question, get the answer based on the trust boundary that you are giving, whatever the things. Slowly, Einstein GPT is more tech friendly, not business friendly. Then the Copilot era starts. And the Copilot is nothing but the name suggests that I want to delegate some of my tasks to one assistant.
Okay.
That's called my Copilot. If I need to take a nap, if my flight is going, my Copilot can help to drive the aeroplane, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, we started looking into certain informations, not much into action, but more into conversation. And okay, instead of browsing to multiple UIs in Salesforce, rather I can sit in the same place and I can ask what is my future pipeline, how my forecast look like, which are the open tickets has been created today, how this agent is looking for, how many total complaints that we have received with our product, which are the product is really good moving, right? And who are the best top 5 opportunity that you are talking about. And based on that, you can take certain action also. You can mark this case closed, something you generate some description, generate some emails, all the content driven to action driven, all that you can do that. But in the behind the scene, Einstein GPT is being used, but it's not coming to for front end. But the market wise, the name is all that Copilot has been started.
Okay.
And Copilot has been taken an assistant which is going to delegate certain task to reduce your effort or increase your productivity or efficiency that way. Now the agent era is something different era.
Okay.
Agent is typically nothing but why you call it digital labor. We are a physical labor.
Yeah.
Now imagine that I don't need at all because I am skillful guy. I can do, let's say, coding. I can do, let's say, claim processing. I can do some sort of skill, either 1 skill or 2 skill or 3 skills. Accordingly, I have been trained. That's what I am doing this service to my company.
Right.
Imagine that if AI can be replaced, imagine a digital labor, which is so-called agent, can do this task.
Okay.
If they can do, then what is the need of you? Or you do something else that agent can take over, and you are temporary. Technology is kind of permanent. You can learn automatically by its own thing. You can change from one job to another job. You can change your company into that one. But a company is always looking for that kind of solution. In agent era, what will happen? Every department of a company, and there are various skills, right? Legal, somebody good at the criminal cases, somebody good at civil cases, somebody look at some other cases, right? So, and it has a lot of we look at the very complexity of each and every law, what it just suggests.
Yeah.
Under the lawyer also, in that way. Similarly, look at for any other. A company statutory or compliances related, every country has a different law.
Right.
If a multinational companies they're supposed to comply with all the law and regulations.
Right.
But now something changed in India doesn't mean that it changed in the China or in US.
Correct.
But they need to comply to the local law. But again, the company is only one, right?
Yeah.
But there are multi-geography they are located. So to imagine that all HR processes or company processes, all document or some government processes are being aligned to that one, and that knowledge given to one agent called HR agent. Now that HR agent for a Indian or like for a India employee or a candidate, they can ask any question. What is my travel policy? How much I can get it? What is the way of doing that? Maybe that is different than other country. Based on the country, based on this one, it can give suggestive or something. These are very small example, but the agent is all about replacing some of the skills into that one, and they are individual, independent of the nature. Copilot was not independent. The name suggests not independent. You need an assistant or a secretary or a co-pilot who can do your job, delegations largely. Agent as a name suggests that they can be completely independent body.
Autonomous agent.
Autonomous agent, they can be complete. You don't need to do anything in that one. If you are not there, the agent can take care of many other things for you. That is where this Agentforce or Agentforce, Agent Era, Agentic AI, Autonomous Agent, all these are coming into the picture. Though the backbone is still same AI, the GPT we are using. Now Salesforce has been relabeled that through Copilot to this. But today, there is still Copilot available. The name suggests, but if you look at that, I can click on that same Einstein icon or the image. I can still use my Copilot functionality, what I used to do as a sales guy or a marketer or a service agent. That is a Copilot for me because I am enhancing my work. I am increasing my productivity by using that. That we can call agent or not. It's generic, I can call that as a Copilot. But when I am going to tell, okay, no, only sales, you are the guy, you have been trained, your job is to only to help the sales people or BDR activities or AE activities or any sort of sales things. Then his job, that means you are setting up certain guardrails, certain boundaries, just to make sure your job only this much. You don't focus anywhere else. And that's where I can use as an agent. Copilot typically they are not necessarily to be in a boundary, they are kind of open. Anytime they can come and help you into that one. And that's a kind of a use. But this is more focused one, which can be better than this one. And this agent can be now deployed anywhere else, outside also, internally also. So that is where that it is coming back.
Understood. So PR, as a company, investing in AI is always a very important decision. And companies today also, even though we are moving very fast in AI, but companies are very skeptical as to should I invest or should I not invest. So one important question I have for you is, how should companies measure or calculate their ROI before taking such an important decisions in the Agentforce context? So
fantastic. Now we have seen the way you see the agent. Salesforce is being decided to sell Agentforce as a consumption-based model. Now what it used to be a perpetual license initially. You buy a Windows 95 or 2000 CD and you can use forever. Correct? After that the SaaS come into the picture. Software is a subscription or as a subscription, right? Which Salesforce was so successful last 20 years selling per user based license and then kind of per org based, per user based kind of license, per user per month sort of things. Now sometimes we feel that even if we take a per user per month based license also, not necessarily I am using it or not that much. That is where some of the case usage based license comes also. But what the trend that we see right now, what it usually starts with, Amazon I would say in infrastructure, they do have always charge a consumption based model. That means how many times you wanted to make the system on, that much hours only you need to pay. How much data IO activity, how much data you uploaded from outside to Amazon or take out from Amazon to outside, based on that data size only you have to pay. How much data you keep it in Amazon S3, based on the size only you need to pay monthly. So it is all consumption based model. It is not like you pay me $1,000 per month, whether you keep one file or 1,000 file, not like that. It is a consumption model. If you have a one file, 1 GB of file, you pay me very, very minor amount. When you are going to pay 1 terabyte of file, you pay me accordingly to that. So it does not hurt to a customer if you look at that way. But consumption-based model is something that which is coming up right now in the SaaS industry. That's what we have seen many of the articles. Things are coming out from a subscription-based to consumption-based model, which Salesforce is also adopting, and it's a time which is going to validate how it is going to be accepted by the customer or not. And for AI, it fit best. Why? When you have a lot of products in the market and you are not sure which one is good, trust is one factor, scalable is one factor, but performance and some other features also another side of it.
Yeah.
And for an enterprise point of view, Salesforce is not everything. Salesforce is one system because you have a ERP, you have your HR system, you have a payroll, your finance system, you have a minimum hundreds of systems that you are doing that. If you are only talking to now Agentforce and Salesforce and skipping all, it's not a choice also, because the company looking for overall AI transformation.
Correct.
So in that basis also company takes time. But this is a good strategy. I would say I like it because it's a good strategy. If at all I need to take a decision over there, Agentforce is coming with a per conversation based or per conversation based we call it, or per transaction based, whatever we call it. That means a customer or any of the user of a customer, whether external or internal user, if I start asking one question and talking to that, it starts with a one conversation. That does not mean the next question will not count as another conversation. That one conversation for it available for one day, 24 hours. So if it come after 3 hours asking for something, it's still calculated as one conversation.
It will be under, so 24 hours if one chat is open, so it will be counted as one chat.
Each chat, that's what my understanding. Until unless you end the chat and starting a new session and asking something else, it might be started as a new conversation. Based on that, we need to get into nitty-gritty. But based on that, you can, I given an example of inquiry, somebody inquiring a property to buy in Dubai. So now one lead comes and they do a conversation asking something and your chart is working. After a couple of hours, the guy will come, oh, you know what, the booking that you have done for me, I'm not available tomorrow, can you reschedule it to next day? So it will still calculate one conversation, which the context is same. With that one, now Salesforce charges, let's say $2. What I heard that $2 per one conversation, right? So now the good part is that imagine that I do not have any prospect, I don't have any lead who is not inquiring. That means my system is ready, my technology is ready. I'm not getting any request. I no need to pay anything. So it does not hurt me. But if it would be hurt me to buy this solution by paying a 100k, 500k or even 50k or something, or always asking to the vendor or the people who are implementing, how's the ROI? When can I see the ROI? If I don't see ROI, then probably I can see that maybe the product is incorrect. So this will allow to push more and adopt fast. And AI adoption is not so easy. The way cloud adoption was also took a lot of time for that one. Internet adoption took a lot of time to come out from on-premises to internet. From internet adoption to cloud adoption to cloud. SaaS adoption took time. AI is definitely going to take its own time. But in this time, asking a certain static cost, when there is a lot of competitor are providing a very cheaper cost, that to be in that world, what is going to the economics right now, the cost is a very important factor into that one. So that is the reason there is a no-brainer why Salesforce would have understood and forecasted what is the market is going to take it. And that's where they come to the consumption model. I would say it is a very fair model for everybody. A company who is investing a lot of innovation, lot of money into the innovation, trying to give it the best out of with the similar system with a proper trust, security and everything. But for a customer, we can take that and you can try to use it without having a long-term commitment and things that one, which whenever how much I use, that much I am going to pay, age or postpaid bill, that you can do that one. That is also one way which customer can try this out without thinking much that upfront investment is this much, how we can try, and everything is a no code or low code. If you have existing team member, if you can do upscale, cross-sell training, we can do that. Or vendor like kind of us, we can help you to get your one or two agent build. Then automatically it can get evolved. and we can build more and more agent if
Yeah.
that is helping for you. But you can try with the pilot into that one, you can see that one.
Awesome. So thanks, PR. I think this is the time we have for today. So this discussion was incredibly insightful because these questions are for somebody who is looking out for this solution, who are looking out to solve those problems. These are some of the basic questions that need to be addressed before going into the market. So thank you so much, PR.
Thank you very much, Charu. Thank you for having me here. Bye-bye.
And to the listeners, thank you so much for tuning into Coffee in a Boardroom at CEPTES. Be sure to tune in the next time as well for such happening and techie conversations. Until then, this is your host Charu signing off. See you on the flip side.